Okay, so we'll be talking about Microsoft Multi-Factor Authenticator. So what it does, how it's being used, importance of using it, and just a brief summary about it. So I won't be going in details about how it really works, but I'll just give you a brief understanding of how MFA really works, so to speak. So when you want to log on to Microsoft Azure, generally, the main thing to use is username and password, and you are good to go. You understand? But due to some reasons, username and password is not secured enough because of you don't know, maybe you have a somebody, an impostor, or somebody trying to take advantage of your permission and so on and so forth. So because of that, you have to call you have to have multi-factor authenticator. Please, I want us to note that one down. So multi-factor authenticator, as explained here, is a process in which users are prompted to use different signing processes addition for an additional form of identification, such as codes or on their cell phone or fingerprint scan and so on and so forth. So what multi-factor authenticator talks about is that you can't use only username and password to log in. There should be other things to be done before you log in. So they can use to identify that truly you are the one logging in. For instance, you have different processes of multi-factor authenticator. You have number one, you have Microsoft Authenticator app. I wish I can get a screenshot, just a view of it. Soft Authenticator app. So you can go to Google Play Store. Let me just show you on Google Play Store. So you have an app like this. You get it. This is Microsoft Authenticator app. You understand? So if you want to log into Azure, if you have the Microsoft Authenticator app and you want to log in to Azure and it is enabled, when you are trying to log to Azure, it's going to send a notification to your phone for you to authenticate. So it's going to bring out maybe a digit or 2 digits. So you just press in the digits and you authenticate using your fingerprints, and it logs you in to Azure. So this Microsoft Authenticator app. The next one is using SMS or phone call to authenticate into Azure. So after you have put in your username and password, it's going to bring you to a point whereby you have to provide a code that's sent to your phone. A code that's sent to your phone via I'm coming, please. A minute. Hello? I believe you guys can still hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, good. So okay, okay, we are good to continue. So I've talked about Microsoft Authenticator app and its usage. Also, we can now move on to talk about the next one. I've talked about SMS and phone call, and we can use hardware security key. Also, you can work on getting Microsoft hardware security key, and based on the company policy and the cost applied to it. And also, we can use authenticate using biometrics Biometrics means that you are using something like your fingerprints, or you are using something like your face uh, authentication, face ID to authenticate to my Azure portal. So I want to talk about some of the importance of you having MFA multi-factor authenticator. So one of the importance is that it protects against stolen passwords. So passwords are one of the easiest things that hackers can steal recently, and it won't be ideal. You should be having a permission in Azure, and your password is leaked in the public. You understand? So that's one of it. The next thing again, it's reduce security risks, understand, and account compromise. So you still have this strong belief that the user cannot use your password because of the person you still need to authenticate, and the authenticator is still with you. You understand? Or you need to use the person cannot steal your password and steal your fingerprint. You understand? Just and it avoids it reduces the risks of account compromise. That is one of the good things for about using multi-factor authenticator. Another key point again is it requires privilege is required by privilege roles. So one of the two privilege roles that are at points here, number one is the owner role. For you being an owner, you should use Microsoft multi-factor authenticator for you to be an owner. I'm just being sincere to you because of it. It avoids it avoids the issue of you having to um, people getting access to do some things, maybe deleting users, give granting access to themselves, and so on and so forth. It avoids the issue of accounts being compromised. You having global admin permission, you ought to have Microsoft multi-factor authenticator before you log in. And also, it should be enforced via conditional access policies, meaning that you should set a policy if you are giving the access to be a owner or giving permission to advise in terms of Azure Cloud. One of the good advice you can advise a organization is to enable Microsoft multi-factor authenticator for all the users, meaning that all the users should use authenticator to log in when they want to log into Azure Cloud. A good example somebody I got here is even in an attack, even if an attacker knows your password, they still can't sign in without your phone or security key. Please, do you know that? That's what I explained earlier on. If an attacker even knows your password, of what good is that password to that attacker when he doesn't know your authenticator pin? The attacker cannot use your phone at that particular period of time. So it is kind of useless to the attacker. So another thing again, key point again is that MFA, multi-factor authenticator, answers this question. How do we make sure it is really you? You want to log into Azure. How do Microsoft knows that it's truly this person that is logging in, not by using username and password alone, but by authenticating using multi-factor authenticator. Thank you very much.